everyone! In this video, I will explain about an example of use case of supervised learning. We will predict the student score based on the number of hours they studied. This time, we will use simple linear regression. The first thing we do is importing the needed libraries. Then, reading the data from remote link. In this part, we can see several rows of the data. After that, to understand the data deeply, we check the basic features. From data info, we know that there are two features, such as hours and scores, and 25 data non-null. Then, we check the statistics summary. From this part, we can see the mean, standard deviation, the minimum data until the maximum data. We can expect that there is no abnormal behavior. There is no negative data, there is no score that more than 100, and I think this data is quite good. Then, we check duplicated data. There are no duplicated data and missing value. So, we will show the correlation between hours and scores through visualization data. From the visualization using heat map and scatter plot, we can see that there is a high correlation and a positive linear relationship between the number of hours studied and the percentage of the score. Before we go to applying the algorithm, we prepare the data. The main goal is predict the student score based on the number of hours they studied. So, the hours will be the independent variable and the score will be the dependent variable. Then, we split this data into training and test set. This time, I use 20% of my data to be the test set and the rest of data will be the training set. After that, we training our data. With applying scikit-learn, we can get the simple linear model. We also can plot the regression line. In addition, we can construct the mathematical model through finding the intercept and the slope. This is the formula that shows the relationship between hours and score. You can use to predict the score manually. Then making the prediction. As I mentioned before, I have 20% of data as testing data. And this part, we will use the data to make prediction. We can compare the prediction and actual data. Moreover, we can make a prediction to a new data. Then the last one is evaluating model. This step is important to know how fit the model performs on a particular dataset. In this task, we have chosen the mean square error. Using scikit-learn, we get that the error is more than 4. As an addition, we will create the residual plot to represent the error between the actual values. Examining the predicted value and actual value, we see a difference. We obtain that value by subtracting the predicted value and the actual target value. This is the residual plot, and from that plot, we see that the plot is distributed evenly around the x-axis with similar variance, then the linear model is appropriate. That's all about my explanation. Thank you, and I hope you can give me a feedback for a better of me, and see you next video.